Episode number 436.
Like you said, everything is becoming more automated, so it makes it easier for us. We don't have to do as much, but in that automation, you do have risk.
Welcome to the Be Real Show with Travis Too Tall and Huff, where we talk about life, dreams, social media, and business.
Well, hello and welcome to the Be Real Show with Travis Too Tall and Huff. I hope you guys are having a great day, ready to get a little fuego in your days, nights, weekends, or whenever you are listening to the show today. But after this show, I think you're going to want to think about your artificial intelligence game, the data science, machine learning, so many things. And the number one thing that a lot of us think about is our protection and our security, not only in our own personal lives, but in our businesses and our customers and etc. And I'm talking to a gentleman, Mr. Patrick Kelly, that does this every single day, day in and day out. Mr. Patrick Kelly, how's your day going today? Are you ready to be real?
I am. It's amazing. Thanks a lot.
Absolutely, my dude. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of the business and all the things that are going on in this world, AI, ChatGPT, and so many different crazy technologies and evolutions happening right now, right today, for a lot of benefit, for a lot of amazing outcomes of saving time and things like that. Before we get into that, were you always interested in computers, coding, what drew you into it? First off, I'm curious about that.
Yeah. Well, I had an uncle who went to Notre Dame University, and he was part of the WWW project.
Wow.
He gave me my first computer back in grade school, like early on. It didn't have any like operating system you'd recognize except for the like Windows 3 or 4. It had like an X tree. It's like precursor to Windows.
Right.
And then Commodore 64 at school and Atari, playing video games and as a kid and watching Star Wars and
right.
all that.
Thinking we're going to have flying cars, and now we obviously have possibly flying drones and things like that, more likely.
And yeah, so
all the autonomous stuff too is just crazy when you think about I was listening to an interview with Elon Musk talking about your car. You usually use it about 10% of your time. So you drive to work, you go places. So 90% of the car is not being used. It's sitting in a driveway. It's sitting in a parking garage. It's sitting somewhere waiting for you to use it. And the ability for eventually with the Tesla Robotaxi, for instance, to go send that out on a job, on a revenue share where the car, you go to work and then the car goes out and makes money for you and is back for you, ready to pick you back up when you need it within your time, all due to the amazing, technologies of artificial intelligence and data science learning. And it's happening in real time. These cars are now able to send an update to it like an iPhone and completely upgrade the systems. I remember hearing years ago about, how they build these cars. It's like they're built at 5% capacity to upgrade all the way up to 100% over time. And whoever thought that in the future, that we'd be doing that, but we're here today, within a few years, probably robo-taxis, probably more autonomous, vehicle. And I think in general, what that makes is more products cheaper. Things get to you faster. Things get to you a little more efficiently. We all value the most important commodity, and that's time. But could you think we are here where we are today with the phones? And just, it's amazing when you really think about how much technology has gone through those evolutions since the 80s and 90s.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And we're already at quantum. I mean, we already have quantum computers. They're in their infancy, but
right.
Yeah.
Then you don't have to do nothing, baby. Just let's go. Let's get the quantum computer on it. Right now, what are some of the biggest challenges that you're having for the business? And kind of talked about the business, Gratitech, and then I think there's a few other businesses, but looking at the business, really focused on safeguards of technology across all your applications, making sure that you have end-to-end protection, making sure that your ecosystem's protected for obviously you as well as your customers, whether you're B2B, B2C, public sector companies, obviously. And you hear this all the time. Data breach happens. Target data breach. 100 million, accounts. A lot of people, they kind of brush it off. No big deal. But something's happening there where, if Target can be better in the future, they won't allow that to happen, or they'll try to safeguard it, or sandbox it so it only allows so many access, so it doesn't get into the whole system. There's got to be that whole area is got to be just in the infancy as far as the amount of new jobs that are going to be coming to it, and the amount of new things that we never probably thought we'd even do with our time that we're now doing. And I think it's just the beginning for you guys. So talk about it. Talk about GradTech.
It's just the beginning. So, like you said, everything is becoming more automated. So it makes it easier for us. We don't have to do as much, but in that automation, you do have risk.
Right.
And that's what I'm trying to do: help secure the future and secure the present. Can't do anything about the past, but we gotta move forward, and we can do it. With ChatGPT, there's OWASP. Are you familiar with Open Web Application Security Project?
They talk about it a little bit more.
Top 10, and they
talk about that a little bit more.
They publish a top 10 for developers and what they can do what the main risks are, like the top 10 risks at present. They just published an LLM, language learning model, top 10, which is really cool. There's a lot of things going on with LLMs these days. Like, they were making them really huge, and then now they've realized they need to filter the data more that they're putting in, so that they make it, like,
more personal.
The ideas in there are stronger as a resource for everyone that's using LLMs. And man, it's crazy with everything going on today, and the autonomous cars and vehicles and everything these days. I actually had input on a patent for a smart drone and smart drone delivery system.
Yes.
And that was fun. That was fun working with the Drone Industry Systems Corp. But I had to go kind of on my own, and kind of, I wanted to be more focused on the security side of everything than just on that one industry. And there's a lot of regulatory things going on there right now, so it's going to be a while before we'll see drones flying everywhere. But that's a good thing,
a little protection. They gotta find some ways to make sure that if they go down, you know what I mean? Because I know we have a customer that they do a huge in there now, the drone entertainment space, where they fly up 100 drones in the sky. They do a whole light show, all autonomous. You got a few hundred drones. But she said, we got to make sure we have that whole area kind of blocked off like a fireworks space, because if one of those drones goes down, a couple 100 pounds, we
need like the airbags and on every one of those. That's so it's kind of led me to leave that industry, because it wasn't yet for like safety seatbelts are forced, airbags, are standard. So we need to start at a standard that's safe for everyone, where we have, airbags and alerts and.
Absolutely. And now, I mean, shoot, on my Volvo, if you barely even go into the wrong lane and it thinks you're not paying attention, it will correct you right back into your car, into your right lane, and many times it's done it a few times that it's kind of weird. You're kind of like, holy crap, I was just kind of veering over a little bit, to slowly lane change. But if you don't abruptly lane change on some of you even using the car technology, it will kind of slightly correct you, obviously for your own good, so you stay in the right lane. You were, maybe not paying attention. It just slightly corrects you back out, et cetera, et cetera. Or in a drastic situation, it sees, hey, you're trying to go into a lane where you can't go. We see a car there, go back. And it will just instantly bring your car back, which is crazy when you think about it. But it's for your safety and protection, which is a reason of the car. It's another huge benefit of the car to be able to do that for you. It's part of the price in the car. It's part of the reason why you drive it, not only for your safety and technology, but 20 years ago, you didn't have that. You got the airbags, you got the everything else. Now the car is helping you drive. Before you know it, I'll be able to hit the Volvo and say, go pick up riders, or, hit the Tesla, go pick up riders, make me a little bit of my money back, bring daddy a little bit of his bacon back on my car, so that 90% of the time that vehicle, that asset is not being used, I can maximize my time by still working, still doing what I have to do, but then using the vehicle to make money, because it's not involving my time. Which is beauty, because then you have the asset working for you. It doesn't involve your time. at scale, everybody's happier, more goods and conveniences go around faster, price comes down. Everything goes down in price, because it's just there's taxis everywhere, things going everywhere, no driver costs, so they can bring down those costs so that you, the end user, like Elon Musk, who's a futurist, who's obviously one of the most incredible minds that we have today, right now, that's changing so many different areas of the world. He says goods and services will be abundant. Goods and services will be abundant. You today think of goods and services as like, there's a limitation to goods. He said it will be abundant because it will just be everywhere. You won't have to worry about it. The delivery costs on trucking and so many different industries will be coming down so dramatically that the goods and services prices that we have today have a lot of that transportation and a lot of those prices baked in, and so we're used to paying $14 for a certain thing that maybe is only $5 if it can get to us faster and cheaper autonomously. And so now obviously we have many different discussions about that. Who knows if business will do that? Typically businesses, they don't lower their prices. They typically just take that profit and use it on other things. I understand, but it's just fascinating. It is totally fascinating. I always say, if you're not checking out the ChatGPT and just learning about it and just kind of seeing how it works, and if you're not, maybe looking into your industry and seeing if there are any artificial intelligence softwares or tools that can help you be more productive, it's kind of just unwise. Like I know in my sports car business, we took the sports card store from 20 almost to our maximum 50,000 listings using artificial intelligence to get all these like kind of lower end cards that we would not manually have time to do live. So it just brings so much more abundance because the collector can then buy a cheaper card. We can list it cheaper because of AI. We would never be able to do that otherwise because the time it would take to do the listings. So you just have, like I said, that's just another reason. That just shows you right there. Now you guys can get cards cheaper because we can list them cheaper. One other example of a situation happening literally a year ago, that didn't happen. Buy a $400 scanner, buy a $100 a month software, and now you've doubled or tripled your productivity from your capacity side to get things listed, to get things, because you just have a tool now. And you talk about $20 an hour for an employee, that's only 5 hours of time. Well, this thing's working 24 hours, so it's incredible to not take a look at it. I think that's the biggest misnomer or biggest thing you could do wrong right now, is just to not look at it, see what's out there, and just play with it and learn about it, because we, like you said, we're in the beginning of this whole entire revolution that's going to change the game, my dude. What types of businesses really do you guys gravitate with the most?
So I've been working with fintech mostly lately.
Yes.
So like Chubb, Fannie Mae. I have a professional services contract with them. They're actually my only client right now. Fannie Mae. I need to focus.
Right.
So, yeah, but only client professional service wise.
Right.
So I do sell software too, and SaaS services that help protect passwords and credentials and code. And, I call it Secrets. It's actually spelled differently. It has a 3 for the E's and an X for the S.
Nice.
It's something that can be used like on IoT devices, for web API access, and help protect your AWS credentials when you're using resources. And
right.
It works on premise, in the cloud, locally, on IoT devices, anything, and with any language. So it encrypts credentials that are usually stored hard coded, sometimes in like IoT devices for accessing services on the cloud, or in other web APIs that
you might be using, different things you might be using. Right.
You don't even know how much you could save a lot of resources if you knew actually what's being used. And that's one way to tell, is if you lock it down and your price, your bill goes down for Amazon or for Azure, you've saved a lot of money. And it's kind of a problem that exists out there, because that's like a hacker's Everest. Get the credentials,
all over.
And then I have
lock them out, right?
Yeah, lock them out and then do whatever you want with
And
it.
say, let me send me over the Bitcoin or whatever it is, to.
Yeah, and it gets scary when you have cars driving with hard-coded credentials like they used
Oh
to be.
yeah, right.
And a drone will like start opening the door while you're driving.
Wow.
That happened once. It
Wow.
was a test. Actually, the guy that did it owned the drone and the car.
Yeah, he was just trying to prove the test.
Trying to prove, yeah.
This could be the capability, or like a plane, or things like that
plane,
too.
yeah,
With over time, my brother's a pilot. Typically there's 2 pilots in there. If there's a long haul, there's 3 pilots possibly. They're talking over time, bringing it down to 1 pilot. Have one flying back in the back basically at home that's connected. But how does that work? What if someone gets involved in the middle? There's just many things that are going to come in that.
Embedded systems on those planes, and anything that does something very complex like flying and has automated stuff. Submarines too. It's
yeah.
crazy.
I can only imagine. I can only imagine the submarines and boat stuff too, man. That's going to be coming. That I was watching something with the founder. I forgot what he founded, but he went to the contract business and he's doing all sorts of crazy stuff. I forgot what business he was.
Flying cars too. Have you seen the new flying car?
No. Our dreams are going to happen, guys. Back to the Future's real.
FAA approved for testing a company in California. I forget the name. It starts with an A.
No, I'm gonna look it up.
It was in USA Today.
No, that's crazy. So they applied them for just testing it and just seeing how it works. See,
they're the first company to get a flying car clearance for testing.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. That would be a game changer too if you could think about it. I mean, and obviously in theory do it right.
With like 300 miles with electric, it's an EV. So
wow, that would be crazy. Only in Cali, baby. Let's go. So now we're about to take you into our top 10, my dude Patrick. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
He said, yes, I'm ready. Apple or Android?
Both.
He likes it all, folks. He's testing them all. Netflix or YouTube?
I have to say both.
He said both. It depends on the vibe. It depends on the vibe on that one. Instagram or Facebook?
Both.
Let's go, both.
More.
Chicken or steak for a good meal?
Oh gosh, I have cholesterol problems, but I love both. So
we're going both on that one too. Laptop or a smartphone? If you had to hit the door right now, which one are you going to grab?
I'm grabbing both because I have to code and I have to.
You got to code, baby.
Communicate.
What about for music? Spotify or Pandora?
Spotify.
Spotify.
Both.
He said both on that one.
There.
Yeah, Pandora's got the OG. Pandora is the OG platform. Movies or video games?
Movies.
Movies. Reading books or listening to books?
Oh gosh. Yeah, both. I like listening better though because I can multitask.
Do more stuff, huh? Yeah, that's a benefit of listening. You can just kind of do more. Nothing like the reading books, but it just limits you down to kind of you're only going to do that. You can't be on a walk or at the gym or driving a car, etc. And with a book, it might not be the safest yet. Stocks or real estate if you're thinking about investing?
Stocks.
Keep it liquid, baby. And if you're thinking about a vacation, because we all deserve vacation as entrepreneurs, my dude, which one are you going to choose, an ocean or a lake?
Both.
Let's go. Where would you go right now if you could? Where would you want? Nothing like water, man. They say that's very, very important to the psyche, to the mind, moving water. Where would you go right now if you could go on a vacation, my dude?
Oh, wow.
You're out of here. You're hitting Chicago and we're out. You're at O'Hare. You're gone.
Let's see. Maybe if I have to stay in the States for Fannie Mae, so I can't.
Oh, leave. Okay. I got you.
But well, actually, vacation I can, but I don't want to take time off. They need my help.
They need your help, huh? Yeah, they do. They need your help.
But so I'd probably go to Hawaii because I can still.
Yes. Hawaii, my favorite spot in the Americas. I love it, my dude. A couple more questions for you, my guy. When you're waking up, you're getting ready, pumped, energized for the day, Patrick. Why do you love being you?
I love being me because each day's a new chance to do what I love. I do it every day. I feel like cybersecurity is another way for me to love others because I can help protect assets and resources and save people time and money.
Oh,
and,
absolutely.
and lives too at times.
Absolutely. Dude, yeah. I mean, under the stress, and who knows what people will do under that stress too. So yeah, dude, absolutely. The stress and the ability just to have the knowledge, man, is it's what we need. It's an asset that we need. And obviously we need more advocates for that, for people obviously to grow and to build, because this is going to be something that we're going to have obviously threats from obviously all parts of the world coming in on us and then people inside the United States trying to do crazy things to our stuff. And
it's also like to learn too. Every day I learn something.
Oh, I bet, bro. I can only imagine, because I know my space and marketing and digital is always changing, but AI is like, it's insane.
Perfect for marketing these days.
Oh yeah. We like the chat.
Like my last 3 posts.
yeah, exactly. Just have it. Write this blog, do this, write 10 social media posts. I mean, we will be transparent, guys. We use ChatGPT in the business. I mean, it's going to help us scale. It's going to help us scale, less employees, more creativity. Come up with 10 brainstorming ideas for drone shows. Boom. 10 ideas. Send that over to customer. Boom. She's happy. We didn't have to do nothing. The drone, we approve it. Maybe we might review it. We might add to it or edit it.
Right. Definitely edit it after.
Definitely edit it. Yeah. Definitely edit it. Some, make sure that it's contextual to like kind of what we were planning on. But as far as the capability to generate that brainstorming in 30 seconds or less, faster than the human mind, faster than sitting with a group of 20 people and wasting hours of our time. And then I can send it over. Hey, does anyone have anything to add to this? No? Cool. Great. Boom. Send it.
Yeah.
5 minutes later, customers happy. That would have taken hours of our time, and meetings and obviously, $20 an hour times X amount of people. You're looking at hundreds of dollars probably per hour you're wasting. ChatGPT solved that in 5 minutes. Done. Let's go. So just finding those little ways to do it in the business, it's vital. Do you think you'll ever retire from the business? Do you think you'll ever retire from cybersecurity? Hang it up?
I don't know. I don't see it happening. I love it. I mean, I love, maybe I'd go to, teaching or something, or maybe, do more entrepreneurial endeavors. Right. I like to be a philanthropist at someday, but I'm not there yet.
Right. Yeah, dude, absolutely.
I do have a nonprofit too. I just started research and development and patriotic charitable organization.
I bet you could do a lot of things for helping nonprofits and many things with our own governments, et cetera, dude. Yeah, absolutely. Do you have a favorite app or tool that you like using?
Yeah, I do. My favorite tool is Visual Studio Code and Visual Studio right now. Those
are how you visualize your coding.
Yeah, in Eclipse too, if I'm doing Java, but you can do it with Visual Studio Code too. But my favorite app, like on a phone, I'm trying to think.
Did you gravitate to?
Probably iMessage.
iMessage, yeah, true. Right. The messaging, the calculator, the simplest stuff on the phones are the good ones. How are we gonna make some money today? Let's do some math. Let's make some. Oh yeah, the Notes too is another one that's highly utilized by many people. On
Notes, definitely,
on their iPad, just keeping noting things. If you could sit down with for a chicken and steak dinner with anyone, who would you want to chop it up with today?
Oh man, I'd have to say Jesus.
Let's go.
if I can't meet Jesus, I guess Elon Musk or Bill Gates probably.
Those two guys would be incredible. Yeah. Elon Musk, Bill Gates, and what's his name? Jeff Bezos. I think those guys would be fascinating.
I can't believe I forgot Jeff.
Those three guys would be like seriously like just a fascinating conversation to see how the vibe is. Is there a vibe there? Can we all vibe on something? And what that topic would be? I would be very curious about that. Where's the best place for our listeners to learn more about the business? If you guys are needing some protection, if you guys are needing, either the software, obviously you're somewhat limited with your time with working with Fannie Mae right now, but with just learning about the business, please let's direct them that way, my brother.
Yeah, I have a website, gratatech.com. I started another company called Cyber Armor AI. That's more for the Secret X, the softer side, but
right. We'll put that in there too, though. Yeah, we'll put both show notes in there, dude, because I know I saw that in the notes too. That we'll put both. If you guys click the description, guys, we'll put both Gratatech and as well as the secret software that you guys can utilize in your businesses. So take advantage of that, my dude. The landscape is ever evolving, and I know that's what's always keeping us on our toes, Patrick. But I just want to thank you so much for your time today, for coming on the show today, my dude, for giving us a little love, a little insight into your mind today. Folks, you've been hanging out with Patrick Kelly and Travis Too Tall and Huff. Hit the description for your business. And I want to thank you guys again for your time today. Let's keep being real.
What another epic episode. And if you enjoyed the episode today, can you please do me a favor and subscribe to our podcast, The Be Real Show, on iTunes or your favorite podcast platform. And also take a little time today, if you don't mind, and give your boy T Huff a review. I would really super appreciate it. And thank you so much for listening today. We're all going through a lot right now. And Real Time Outsource, my business, is giving back to local and small businesses. Through our social media services and campaigns, we are actually helping small businesses get more exposure during these times, and also when we get through these times. At the end of the day, we don't know how long this is all going to last, but most importantly, you got to think about your business right now and take it seriously. So come check us out at realtimeoutsource.com, and we would love for you to qualify and get the process started where we can take a look at your business and see if we can qualify you for some of our services. At little to no costs for most of the businesses, and some businesses, you're going to have to pay, but that's just part of life, right? But most importantly is that I think this is the time, folks, that you can actually help thrive in your business. And so I would love to help you personally with our team. We're all going through a tough time right now. So take advantage of us. realtimeoutsource.com. Check us out. And we would love to do some business with you and help you with your social and digital media in 2020 and beyond.